fellow barcode enthusiast, and welcome back to another exciting tutorial on the IDAutomation's channel. Today, we're going to take an in-depth look at how to use IDAutomation's Java barcode generator to create a QR code. I've built a JFrame application that I'll take you through to demonstrate the power of our jar file. We'll be using Java, so let's dive right in. The latest version contains several enhancements, including Encoding Mode to generate smaller symbols, ECI Encoding for Unicode character sets, GS1 QR Code to comply with GS1 Sunrise 2027, and much more. Let's begin by accessing the zip file from IDAutomation. I've prepped a folder to extract the files. Once unzipped, locate the IDAutomation QR Code Java package. Inside you'll find a couple options, but for our purpose we'll go with the latest version tailored for Java 11 and up. Copy the IDA QR Code jar file. This is for the class path. You may set the class path however you like. I will show you how to do it in both the graphical user interface and the command line. Place the jar file in a folder of your choice. I've chosen to use a temp/example folder. The jar is in the folder. Now let's set the class path using the more common graphical user interface. On a Windows computer, you can type into the search feature environment, and the environment variables will pop up. We'll click on Environment Variables. Select Edit, and here we can add the path to our jar file. My jar file is in the c/temp/example folder, so I'll include the full path. Now to demonstrate the power of the jar file, I've pre-built a JFrame application that relies on the library to generate a barcode. My bat file compiles and runs the program. Wonderful! Now I'll show you how to confirm the class path or set it from the command line. If this was your custom application and you wanted to set the class path from the project, you certainly can. And while the project I built also utilizes import statements, we'll get to see those in just a bit. Let's open this folder in the terminal. First, we'll have to check what the class path is, and since we set it up manually in the environment variables, it should be there. Type in echo, $, class path, and enter. Voila! Just as expected, but what if it wasn't? Then we could just use $, class path equals capital C, /temp, /example, IDA QR code, jar, semicolon, and quotation mark, enter. Let's echo the command and check the path. And just as expected, there is our jar file. Now that we have that squared away, take a peek at the bat file I created. I'm just using Notepad++ to view it. In here we compile our Java application so it's compatible with Java 8, then run the Java program. Finally, once the program is closed, we delete all of the .class files in the directory. We run the bat file and our Java application pops right up. I created this application to edit a few of the parameters for QR codes. We have our input, where the user can enter in data. Different encoding modes: auto, byte, alphanumeric, and numeric. There are 4 different error correction levels. A variety of versions -4 to 40, with -4 to -1 accommodating micro QR codes. Different quiet zone selections, or the white space around the QR code. Then finally the width. Click Generate and a QR code is generated and displayed. We can go ahead and save the QR code. It will save in the same folder our application is in. A quick clear. Let's mosey on over and check out the saved file. There it is. We can scan the QR code with IDAutomation's Decoder app, available for free in app stores. It scans, hello user. Awesome. Want to see the code behind? Open with Notepad++, and you see at the top we have our import statements. This allows us to use the jar file in our class path. We have other import statements for creating the image, saving the file, and the user interface. Here we initialize the QR code. BC will be our barcode, along with some additional variables for our interface and then the data. We have our QR code Java example constructor. We've set the default button to Generate Barcode button. The code you see is the creation of the graphical user interface. I used NetBeans drag and drop feature to create this. Comment below if you want to see a how-to. But we're focused on QR codes today. We want to generate a barcode when the Generate button is pressed. But we'll need to use some logic to do so. We'll need to get the text from the data input text field. And even in sample applications, it doesn't hurt to give a little validation. A zoom in of our try block here, we have the barcode, and we want to make sure if the user hasn't selected anything for our combo boxes, we at least have a default value. Here, we create an instance of buffered image, our canvas, and with the use of the graphics 2D class to paint the barcode, we can really bring it to life. Tidy up after yourself, dispose the graphics object. Then we set the created image icon as the icon for our QR code label. This is used to display the QR code in the UI. Now, let's take a quick peek at the Clear Data button. Again, we add a little validation. Never hurts. Finally, we set the data text field to empty and set the QR code labels icon to null. Scooting on down to the Save QR Code button, we ensure that there is in fact an image to save. Then in our try block, we'll be using the barcode encoder class to save our QR code as a JPEG in the folder, and letting the user know if it was a success or not. Now briefly, I'll show you our combo boxes. They're just ensuring we are capturing the correct value when it is changed, casting it as needed. Then below that you will find our main method, the start of our application. This is where we create an instance of our JFrame and set it visible. Finally, you can see we have some additional private variables. Today we saw how you can use the QR Code Java package from IDAutomation to generate and edit barcodes. Download the Java barcode package today and test out our demo. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.